have a queen size and it feels huge.
It was too. Oh, really?
I have a full size and I'm almost considering getting a twin. I do not need that much space.
You guys need girlfriends, man. You need to fill those beds up.
Freaking screw that crap, dude.
Man, oh man.
What happened?
Well, we're live.
Oh, that's what happened.
We're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Infinite Variety Show.
Hello, hello.
This is our 10th episode and last one of season 1. I'm Cameron. I'm joined by my good friends Evan, Eddie, and Ronnie. And today we're going to pay a little bit of homage to Thanksgiving because tomorrow is Thanksgiving here in the States. We certainly do wish you a nice Thanksgiving with you and your family. And
As
if you're
always.
Canadian,
Happy holidays.
we missed you by a little bit, but I hope you had a good one.
Happy holidays.
Anyway, how's everybody's day?
Oh, so good.
Freaking solid, man.
Yeah,
Yeah?
not
Yeah.
too bad.
It's good. Everybody
shabby.
worked today.
Yeah.
Of course, hard-working American boys.
That's right.
Every day. So,
The backbone of this nation.
what's everybody doing tomorrow?
Let's start with you, Eddie.
Okay.
Where you at tomorrow?
Well, I'm working.
Oh,
So if anyone that lives in the Portland, Oregon area and wants to come visit me at Kova Coffee Roasters, you are welcome to.
You're really working?
the
I
main
am working.
location,
No kidding.
Southeast, Grand, and
A full day?
Brandon, Maine. No, just like till 3, I think. It'll be a pretty chill day. I volunteered because everyone I've talked to has said work Thanksgiving. I'm like, okay, sick. And I was given the opportunity to, so.
Why is that? Why is that something that you should want to do?
Just cause it's like it's hectic, but it's supposed to be like pretty fun.
you get a better base pay for that. Time and a half for holiday pay or something?
I don't know. Actually.
Hope so.
Maybe.
Ron-
I mean, it'd be worth it just for the tips. That's
Yeah.
what I heard. Is tips
Yeah.
are pretty nice.
Ronald, what are you doing tomorrow?
Well, I was going back and forth in my head. My aunt called me and asked if I wanted to go down, but I think I'm gonna stay here.
Oh, to Roseburg.
So you're gonna come to my house?
I think I'm gonna go to your house.
How far is Roseburg?
Not too far, like 2.5 hours, maybe 3.
Okay. So you're gonna
Yeah.
have a classic Friendsgiving?
Yeah.
That's
think
cool.
so. Thinking so.
That's really nice.
I'll be here too.
2 years in a row.
Yeah.
And you're gonna
or
stop by?
more.
Yeah, I'll
Possibly.
for sure at least come hang out.
Awesome.
Gotcha.
You guys are all gonna be together. That's so sweet.
Yep, and I'm gonna host a Thanksgiving here for all the exiles from our hometowns and home states.
What do you want me to bring? Just tell me now, and I'll bring whatever.
All the
you say.
misfits.
Can you bring a turkey, a ham, 2 18 by 10 casserole dishes of dressing?
Don't you have something in Roseburg
A green bean
that you had to get to?
casserole.
Or
One
Yeah,
second.
I have to see my
Yeah.
family.
One can of Who Hash, dude.
Who hash?
Who
Oh,
hash?
way to go!
What
I don't know,
is
man.
food
Bring
hash?
some beer, or some
It's
wine.
Christmas.
Okay.
We have
I'll bring
all the
stuff.
we
I'll
have all
bring
the
stuff.
staples
Very
covered.
nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll bring.
Evan, you're
I'll bring
going
stuff.
to your parents' house.
Yeah. I'm gonna be at my parents' house for sure.
Up
We're
in the
having
Couve?
Yeah. It's gonna be really
Couve.
nice.
Not cool.
Nice
Nice.
little family dinner.
Nice. Hopefully Braden behaves himself.
Yes, he will,
Yeah.
as long as we keep the
We love you, Braden.
beers out of his hands for the
Oh.
evening.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
You gotta
He's a
watch him.
talented musician, that young
He
man.
is.
He is. He's very
is.
multi-talented
Yes.
He's actually really
too. He
good.
can play the guitar.
Yes,
he
he
can
can.
play the drums.
You
I've
know,
heard.
he plays this other little instrument that's kind of neat. It's like it's almost like a mini piano, but you also
Didgeridoo?
blow into it. Like with the little
yeah,
tube
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
wanted
does
to
it
get
pretty
one of
well,
those.
actually.
Um,
Heard of that.
The
So-
didgeridoo.
what food are you guys looking forward to the most tomorrow? AKA, what's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Oh.
Ronnie, you seem like
Dude.
you would really enjoy a nice slab of cranberry sauce.
Cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just looking at you.
Cheesy potatoes.
Yeah?
Cheesy potatoes. My mom makes the best cheesy potatoes I've ever had, besides my girlfriend's mom.
Wait, why would I like
Ooh,
cranberry
nice
sauce?
save.
I just want to
It's
know.
a joke. It's just a joke.
What does that mean?
Nice
No.
It's just a joke, man.
I actually don't care for cranberry sauce that much. I've tried it.
it's an
you know,
acquired taste.
but you dip it in the turkey usually, right? Isn't that what you guys do?
Dip it
Well,
in the
oh yeah,
turkey.
the cranberries. Yeah,
But
yeah.
I just like the turkey just plain.
Just
Maybe with
dry?
some gravy on it. but
Yeah.
That's about
Well, what's your favorite Thanksgiving dish?
turkey, probably.
Is it turkey?
Turkey's number
Oh,
one.
we're having a turkeyless Thanksgiving.
That's fine. Hey, that's fine.
We're doing a ham.
Ham's
Ham's
so
good.
Big old honey ham.
Ham's so
Oh.
much better.
Ham's-
Eddie, what's your
Yeah.
favorite?
I like ham.
Yeah.
My parents have done like ham and roast beef one year, and it was like, or no, pot roast or something. I can't remember what it was, but it was like So good. I like turkey too, but it tends to be every time I eat it, I always feel like it's so dry.
Yeah.
It's not
To
prepared
me.
right.
Yeah, that
It's
can be the
just like-
problem.
Well, I
Sometimes.
made a little bit of a oopsie daisy this year because for Christmas last year, my parents bought me a turkey frying setup.
Ooh.
It's a propane burner and a big pot. You know, to take a crap ton of oil and a whole turkey, and I completely forgot I had it. And we've already got our ham, and I don't want to go out and
Fry the
buy
ham in the
you know,
turkey thing.
20 gallons of peanut oil or whatever. At
How,
this
how
point.
much is that?
Goodness sakes.
Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll buy that stuff and you can make
Good
it.
luck finding a turkey, dude.
Yeah.
Good
It's gonna be an
luck.
all-day
all-
affair.
only
as
turkeys
well.
you'll be able to find right now will be frozen anyway.
I delivered turkeys today.
Did you
Dude,
really?
Yeah.
steal one. I mean,
Just steal one, no.
For those listening, Ronnie works for an undisclosed parcel handling company
just steal
here
one.
in town. It's a multinational operation, and he's you can't tell you who it
I
is,
can't
but
tell.
delivers turkeys.
I think I already told on an episode.
Maybe.
But
Yeah, we'll
I
keep
think
that
it was
under
the Halloween
wraps.
episode.
it's not a big deal. I probably
I mean,
could tell.
Keep that under wraps.
I don't remember
Yeah,
what
there's-
episode it
What's
was.
There's not a whole lot of job security though. It's only like once a
Oh.
year. He just like works a few
Yeah.
20-hour
He's
shifts
Robin
and then
Hood,
he's
okay?
like,
He's
good for
Robin
I
you.
Hood.
steal from the rich.
Oh,
Give
we
me
would-
one.
we would-
You want us to say it?
Where's this going?
We would never want them to find out that you're involved in this super controversial podcast.
It's so edgy.
That'd be the
It's
death
so
of you,
edgy.
man.
I'd be fired.
Super edgy.
We're over here talking about Bigfoot most of the time. God damn.
Yes.
No conspiracies allowed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-uh.
Bigfoot delivers too.
But that would have to be my favorite Thanksgiving food. And I'm sorry I can't provide.
Oh, turkey.
Maybe we can do a more planned out Thanksgiving next year and really pull out all the stops. Maybe you won't be working or whatever. Or, well, I don't know. It seems like you two will probably be down south next year if you didn't go this year.
Maybe. Kind of depends.
Yeah.
I did early Thanksgiving with my family just because my sister's
Oh, okay.
spending it with her boyfriend.
Okay.
Where do you spend your family Thanksgiving?
Southern Oregon.
Southern Oregon.
Yes.
Medford.
Out in the
Medford.
boons.
Don't like
I
that.
like it.
But it's funny you said that about dry turkey because when you fry one, boy, you marinate it and you stick that needle real deep in there with that butter sauce.
Mm.
You let it sit, and then
I don't know how I feel about it. It makes me
not a lot of
uncomfortable.
moisture
Sounds
gets
good.
out when you deep fry it.
Oh, really?
Oh
not
my
as-
gosh, and it's so moist, and then the skin is just crackly.
I will say, I think my favorite thing about Thanksgiving, as far as meals, is not necessarily the actual meal; it's the post meals.
Oh,
so like
yeah.
turkey
Oh, yeah.
For weeks.
Sammys,
Oh yes,
tossing all the stuff on top.
Mhm.
Let's talk about that.
Oof.
what do
Right.
you put on your turkey sandwich?
Usually just like a little mayo and like a little bit of leftovers. Sometimes like throw some little green beans and
Yeah.
throw like cranberry sauce in there, whatever
So
you want to do.
good.
Some mashed taters. My mom will
Side of
actually take chicken and a biscuit crackers and eat it with turkey.
What?
Dude, it's lit.
I
It's
could-
so
I could-
good.
Interesting.
Chicken
so
and,
good.
and biscuit crackers.
Chicken and a biscuit.
Chicken
Yeah.
and a biscuit.
Yeah. Have you
I'm
ever had it?
strictly mayonnaise.
No,
never had
I probably
those?
can't have them anyway.
Turkey sandwich only mayonnaise, especially fried turkey. Get a little bit of that crispy skin in there.
Yeah.
Yum yum.
I'll make you want to slap
Stuffing's
somebody.
really good. I really like stuffing. That's probably my favorite
See, in the South we call that dressing.
dressing.
Yeah.
I've heard it
Dressing.
both ways. Yeah.
Do you guys, are you typically used to eating dressing or stuffing with bread or cornbread?
Oh.
Bread. I think.
Bread.
It's
Yeah.
kind of varied over the years. I can remember cornbread,
Yeah, I
but
probably have that.
not very
I
often.
don't,
no,
I don't
it's
think I've
usually
ever had
just-
it with cornbread. That
We-
sounds
we-
You
we
will
usually do
tomorrow
the-
if you come by.
We do the heated rolls where you split them open and you put the butter in the middle and there's just like smoke coming out of them, just steaming. It's
Yep.
really
nice little
good.
buns.
It's really good. Yeah.
Yeah,
When you get
I think
gluten-free
that,
ones, that
that
is.
my mom's recipe, which is the one I'm doing tomorrow, is the best I've ever had.
Mm.
Yeah,
Dang.
but we'll put that to the test tomorrow. Tell me what you think.
Yeah.
We got some fresh desserts coming. We got a friend who works in the industry. Not gonna name drop or anything, but her name rhymes with
Gordon Ramsay.
Oh,
it's a her.
Marexa.
Oh, she makes good
Yeah.
dessert.
Does she ever? So looking forward to that. We got a sweet potato
Does she
casserole
ever?
on deck.
Your eyes are watering.
Got the honey ham.
There's
That's how you
Oh,
know it's
man.
good. Your
It's gonna be
mouth's
good.
Not watering.
What is but so we've mentioned a lot of dishes already, but I'm curious, if there's a cultural divide between you guys and me. And Evan, you've bounced around between Washington and California during your life. So I want each of you to go around and say like the top 5 dishes that make Thanksgiving for you, like the top 5 most familiar things you'll see at Thanksgiving.
Gosh, didn't we just name them? I feel like. Do you guys have?
We
any
named a
other
lot,
ones?
but is
Yeah.
there anything else that's like a staple? Is there a special family staple or regional staple?
I can't say for Thanksgiving, but on Christmas, my grandma always makes this like layered, like Jello thing. Well, it's like a rainbow.
So it's a dessert.
Yeah, it's like a layered.
There's always there's some
Yeah,
sort
and
of
it looks
Jello
really
dish.
cool. It's like
Yeah.
5 layers of different colored Jello
Oh, dude.
and like a creamy base, and it's,
It has like the cream in the middle of them.
Yeah.
Like, it
Oh,
goes cream in the
oh,
middle.
Yeah,
yes,
I
I know what
always
you're
love
talking
this.
about.
I don't usually like Jello, but layered Jello.
layered Jello.
There's
Yeah.
not like,
That's fun.
well,
That's fun
not like
stuff,
fruit in it
dude.
or anything like that.
No,
right?
she didn't do that. She just
Fun
did layers
stuff.
of different kinds of Jellos.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
Yeah.
good, man.
That's
Yeah.
bomb.
It's bomb.
That's where you need to be.
My family,
Layered Jell-O.
like off the desserts for a second, my family they like melt cheese, like a huge pot of melted cheese, and then we dip our broccoli and cauliflower in it. And
Yeah,
it's like
fondue
super.
style.
Yeah, it's like super soft and like.
I've had Thanksgiving with your family once or twice. And
Yeah,
I remember
no,
that.
I think that you have been there a couple times.
I remember
yeah.
that. Yeah.
That sounds
That's a good one.
amazing.
And green beans and bacon and
Eddie,
butter.
do you have a staple that we haven't mentioned yet in your family's Thanksgiving?
From what I can remember, it's a pretty. It's
Sorry.
a pretty standard.
Tell us the menu.
Thanksgiving.
What's the Thanksgiving menu typically?
It's usually like green beans, mashed potatoes, turkey, rolls, stuffing. I think that's it. I think that's pretty much it. The green beans are my favorite part. They're always like I don't know why I specifically remember this. Might not be accurate, but I remember like creamy green beans with like bacon in it.
Creamy green beans.
Yeah, like almost like cream of mushroom green beans.
Oh wow.
So it's almost
I'd mess with that.
I can see that
so
going
good.
over really well.
My
Yeah,
mom makes it.
I think the main portion of the menu is the same for a lot of parts of the country.
Yeah.
And I wish I could remember this better, but one time, one of the pastoral members of a church we once went to invited our family over to their house for Thanksgiving when we were new in town in Mississippi, and they were from the Midwest, and the meal was completely foreign to me.
Oh.
Completely, it was
Really?
interesting. Yeah.
What about it?
What was it?
It's just dishes that I didn't recognize and can't tell you what they were right now.
Just
Wow.
casseroles, probably. I'm guessing.
Lots of different kind of casseroles, yeah.
Dude.
But we had turkey, I believe, ham, and probably stuffing rather than dressing. It was a bread based stuffing, which I think is pretty predominant throughout the states. But for my family, obviously the turkey, several turkeys. My cousin Heather is a turkey frying champion, by the way. If you ever hear this, Heather, shout out.
What?
I'm gonna come take lessons from you in Denver one of these days, I swear.
What?
Yeah, she'll do like 4 or 5 turkeys in one day.
Wow.
She'll just be out on her back deck, just
Good
dunking
turkeys.
birds.
Huh?
Dunking birds, yeah.
Dang.
And it's frying a turkey is pretty violent
That's what I
because you have
hear.
this big ass pot of boiling lava oil,
Yeah.
and you had to dip that turkey in slow because if you do it too fast, the grease will boil over
Isn't it
and
common
burn your toesies.
people like burn their houses down trying to
Oh
deep fry
yeah.
turkeys?
Oh yeah,
I
so we
don't
do it.
doubt
We
that
do it
at
in the
all.
backyard for sure.
I feel like you could do it just in the oven too. It's like in every movie I've ever seen. Was the
Oh, yeah.
the burnt turkey in the oven and Dad's pissed.
That
and-
was a bit of a meme in the '90s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, happened in some John Candy movies, happened in some
National
Yeah,
Lampoon.
yeah.
some National
Christmas.
Lampoon
Yeah.
movies. Yeah, Chevy Chase
Where
saw
it's like-
several burnt turkeys in his career.
Yeah.
Several burnt turkeys.
Oh yeah, I remember that Christmas Vacation.
It's funny, 'cause you only have one turkey, and if you burn it,
And they're all like,
It's Dunzo.
good
Yeah.
luck. Good luck getting
No,
those
it tastes
gains.
great.
'Cause
passed
you
the
got no
gravy.
protein now.
That's
It's
true.
so
I didn't
funny.
even think about that.
But yeah, we always had a fried turkey or two with the big family Thanksgiving, and green bean casserole, sweet potato casserole for dessert, a couple different versions of potatoes. My mom stuffed mushrooms, and then we had
Yeah, that would be
a few
amazing.
dessert specialties in the family too. So a lot of frozen pies, ice cream pies.
what about to drink? Does anybody have any special drinks that they're used to?
Budweiser.
Budweiser?
No.
Just-
No. Thanksgiving drinks?
keep it
No, I don't think
classic.
so.
Not really.
Really?
Yeah, Yeah.
Just besides like the sparkling cider,
No sparkling cider.
wine. Oh, no sparkling
We,
cider.
we,
Oh,
we do
man.
sparkling cider.
Yeah, you gotta do sparkling
Yeah?
cider.
Yeah. I think we've every so often do pear wine too. Just
Oh, pear wine.
yeah. It's really sweet, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. A nice port.
A nice port.
Is
After
is
dinner
quite
with my cigar. Huh?
classical
I'll
port
take
with a side of
My
cigar.
turkey with a nice port.
Um,
Definitely,
awesome.
definitely.
So I want to pivot from Thanksgiving traditions recently, and I want to play a little bit of a guessing game.
Let's do that.
So I have a list here tonight of some
Body
weird
parts.
facts about states, and I want to see if you've heard them before or if you guys can guess which state these facts are from. Shall we?
Let's do it.
Give me a second.
Give me a second. Where are you going, Evan?
Grabbing a bottle opener. I forgot my bottle opener.
Oh, dude, I got you. Wait, come here.
You got one?
Yeah,
Okay, let's see it.
Dude, that's
What?
so
Right.
cool.
yeah.
That's
so
right.
cool.
What'd you do
Anytime-
that with?
Anytime I
His
get
ring.
Where'd you do
On
that?
his
You did that with
finger.
your ring? What a savage,
Dude,
dude.
I had a friend. His name's Dan. He's probably not watching, but he showed me how to do that. And ever since, anytime someone needs a bottle, I'm like, I got you.
Let me see. How did you do it though?
You want me to open this one too?
Might as well. Well, you can just like show it. How do you put
Okay, so let me just demonstrate for everyone
Let's get
watching.
this on camera
See,
here.
you push it all the way down onto your finger, like
You
the
put
very
the
very far end.
Or you'll rip your
Center-
finger from your hand.
Center
Yeah.
phalange
Yeah, and
over
then you
the
just
cortex
you literally
of the
just put
metal
the edge
ring.
of the ring on the bottom, and then just pull up.
That's so
That's it.
cool.
It works really well with this one because it's like really thick.
Yeah,
It's
see,
a really
you
thick
make
ring.
it look easy, man. My friend tried for days to try to get me to learn how to open one of these up with a lighter, like
Oh.
how you push it in. And I could not do it for
I don't
the
know what it is.
longest
People
time.
make that look so easy. I still don't get that.
Yeah, it's
But
yeah. I can still get it like once in every few tries, I guess. But you just stick at it.
$5.
The ring, $5.
$5, dude.
That's awesome.
$5 on a sketchy website that's actually not that sketchy called Tanga.
It's
I'm not name dropping or anything. You can sponsor us. And it's like tungsten, black tungsten. I've had this thing for like 5 years.
It's no longer a ring to me. That is now a bottle opener.
Brilliant.
Officially.
Amazing technology.
It's brilliant.
All right, so more specifically, these are laws in each state. Okay.
Ooh.
So,
So are we going to be guessing which one's a law and which one isn't?
no.
Oh,
You have to try to guess the state the law belongs in.
oh
Okay.
gotcha. This is going to be hard.
So, let's start off.
Hit us with
Which state is it forbidden to post advertisements on another person's tombstone?
it.
Wait,
Advertisements?
wait. Can you say that again?
What kind of ad?
There is a state in which it had to be put into law that you cannot advertise on another person's tombstone. Which state would you think that law came
Okay,
from?
what state would do that? Who would do that the most? It must be.
Texas.
No, I don't think Texas.
Texas.
I almost
I
wanna
follow
say-
you. I follow you.
I almost want to say California
California, yeah, that's what I would guess.
or
but
Nevada.
that's what I would guess, but that's
I s-
not my guess.
A
I
little bit
specifically
north, a
think-
little bit east.
I
Actually, a
specifically-
lot north and a lot east.
think
Okay.
Las Vegas, but I don't think that's right.
Eh,
Vermont.
advertising heavy.
Okay, hold on. Michigan.
So there's something that'll lead you there from your answer and Ronnie's answer.
Vermont?
Montpelier.
A name that starts with M but near Vermont.
Maine.
Massachusetts.
Maine.
Oh, nailed
Maine.
it.
It is illegal to advertise on another person's tombstone in Maine.
In Maine.
What the heck?
What kind
Not
of
moving
problems
there.
are they running
That
into?
is wild.
That's
All right,
outrageous.
and then we have a state, and I'm gonna not give you as many hints on this one. There is a state in which it had to be put into law that it is illegal to dance to the national anthem.
Okay, hold up.
Dance to or
Dance to.
Which state was Footloose filmed in?
Yeah.
Oh,
Isn't that like a.
That was Alabama.
Alabama. That's my answer right
That
there.
was like
wasn't
Canada.
really-
It was like-
Alabama.
Kevin Bacon, you failed us.
Because
Come
as
on.
we know,
It was Idaho.
movies are factual.
Footloose was Idaho, I think.
Idaho.
Really?
I thought it was.
Wait, which one you said Alabama?
There was mountains.
Is that
I was-
you?
I was just
Kevin
kidding.
Bacon,
Colorado.
not
Oh, oh,
Kevin
oh.
Potato.
There you
dude.
go again. Okay, which
Oh,
one
you
is
were
it?
thinking about you were thinking about Kevin Sirloin.
Is that? I don't. Get the, I don't get
It's
the joke.
Massachusetts.
Oh.
In Massachusetts, they made it illegal to dance the national anthem. Why? I don't know.
Guy's kind of
Be
beefy.
interested to see that.
I want to see what the dances are, dude. What kind of band?
All right.
It has to be that one person that ruined it for everyone. You know what I'm saying?
So there is a
Real bad
It's the
dance.
national anthem.
specific.
Does it happen in the NFL probably?
There is a specific law against throwing a missile into a bus terminal in which state?
Throwing
A
a
missile?
Hurling a missile into a bus terminal is a felony
in every state. Period.
in this state.
In this?
It's the law on the books. You can't do it, unfortunately.
I'm gonna say good old Oregon. That has to be Oregon there. Yeah?
Eddie,
Huh?
Virginia.
New York.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
Very salty, salty, salty state.
Utah.
Utah.
What? Salt
I
Lake
mean,
City?
Salt Lake
okay,
City. You
because
got it.
because
He's
I
following me.
missed the saltiness of
Evan-
that statement.
Evan
so-
just had his mind blown.
yeah,
dude.
so the fact
He
that you
looked
guessed
up-
it was like,
There's salt.
Wow.
He looked up like he just discovered a new
Wow.
element. Just like that was
is
amazing.
do they make salt in Utah?
That was sincere joy. Sincere joy.
I got it. That's awesome.
All right.
Dang, man, good job.
Salt Lake City.
There is
pretty
a
obvious,
state.
guys.
Oh gosh, duh.
There is a state that has a law banning quote unquote fancy bike riding. Listen here, city slicker.
That's not Oregon.
This state strictly prohibits quote unquote fancy riding of any bicycle on city streets, particularly riding with both hands removed from the handlebars, both feet removed from the pedals, or any acrobatic shenanigans on your fancy velocipede.
That's got to be Pennsylvania.
If you're right,
That's got to be Pennsylvania. The
Come,
Amish.
come
Amish,
west.
Amish
Stay at,
people there
stay at
would not
about the
stand for
same
that.
latitude, but come a little west.
Okay.
Very windy there.
Oh, Kansas.
Huh?
Kansas.
No.
Chicago. All right.
No,
Chicago.
no, he said
Chicago
west.
is my city.
Oh, Chicago?
Illinois.
Yeah, Illinois.
Chicago, the Windy
Ronnie's
City.
my
Ronnie's
gosh.
on a roll.
Whatever.
boy.
Whatever.
Well, I said
Roll.
Chicago.
Gosh.
Not
Uh,
a state.
Chicago.
Not a state.
Well,
Duh, Bears.
we'll finish off with perhaps an easy one.
Oh, I know this
Oh,
one.
great. Ronnie's going to get it.
There's a state in which it is illegal to the letter of the law. It's a matter of law.
it's a matter of law.
The law.
There's a specific law on the books preventing you from stealing somebody else's catfish.
Oh, that's gotta be.
Oh, Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
Evan
There you go.
finishing strong.
I was gonna
Nailed
say
it.
Tennessee, but I don't know.
I was
how
gonna say
to-
Mississippi.
Nice.
Can't steal catfish. That's messed up. That's a letter of the law right there.
He got it.
The law.
You can still cat. You can still fish, just not catfish.
That's right.
So what else is
Sick.
going on, guys? I have nothing else planned.
Oh, jeez.
Is that really it?
Well, I heard
Yeah.
Ronnie had a few
Holy shit.
statements.
Shoot,
huh?
sheesh,
He
ah.
wanted to say a few things live on air before we.
Oh, wasn't it? Were you
I did
gonna?
actually.
We're gonna issue your manifesto here live today, right now.
Well, I thought tonight would be the perfect night for that.
Well, great. Let it out.
Okay, go ahead. Let's hear it.
Okay, this is rule number 1.
The anticipation.
Live by these words. Be righteous to one another. That's all I have to say.
Righteous.
Yeah.
Be righteous
What does that
to one
mean?
another?
You guys haven't seen Bill and Ted. Have you seen Bill and
Oh,
Ted?
no.
Almost
no,
Excellent
no.
Okay.
Adventure.
Righteous to one
I have-
another.
Is it the
I
first
think that's
one,
a
right?
lot. No, I have nothing to say, people.
I feel like
That
we-
was good enough. You
I feel
know,
like
was
it's deja
enough
vu. I
said.
feel like we've had this conversation before, like
Really?
about Bill and Ted, and we all talked about it, and then we were like, we should all watch it. Blah,
Oh
blah,
yeah,
blah.
we did like a few.
Did we
Be
about
back.
Bill and Ted
Yeah.
specifically?
No, we were gonna have a movie night and watch it, weren't we?
We've said that a bunch of times. And
Well,
we've never had a
referenced-
movie night.
Somebody referenced it.
It was
and-
specific. It was
Well, we
specifically
can
one
dream,
of
can't we?
Yeah.
We can dream. That's a
We
good
have
movie, though.
the
I love that
time.
movie. Bodacious.
I did. I know it's cheesy as heck, but I think we should talk about what we're thankful for. At least
yeah,
one
yeah,
thing.
absolutely,
At
we
least
should.
one
It's
thing.
solid.
Let's.
Absolutely.
Chat, what are you thankful for? Let us know in the
Okay.
comments.
See. Okay. Now I'm
Yeah.
gonna say this.
Let us know.
This is a forbidden conversation at my house. 1 year, actually, had to have been 2 years in a row. So is the first time I've ever seen my dad cry.
I love this story.
Like deep tears, emotional tears. My dad's not a crier. He's just not. He's a very serious man. But if you say the right thing or get on the right topic or you ask him how he feels about my mom or something, this man just, oh my gosh, it's like burned into my memory. But not only that, my dad starts crying when we talk about what he's thankful for, and then my mom starts going, and then my little brother starts going across the table from me. Nikki's crying. The whole table's just in tears, and I'm sitting there like, oh my gosh, like where did this just go? I was so happy, and now everybody's like, well, it felt sad because everybody's crying so hard, but I was like, this is not a good time to see my dad cry for the first time. So I was like burying my head in the food. Yeah, it gets really emotional. So it's like this ongoing joke. Like every year, they're like, "We're gonna go around and ask what we're thankful for."
Yeah.
And my sister's always trying to start it.
I was there the next year after that happened,
Yeah,
and everybody was kind of going and slipping into a food coma, having a glass of wine, and then Nikki came to life, and she was like, "So it's time to go around the table and say what everybody's thankful for," and the whole room erupted in laughter.
Yeah,
and
that's-
looked at Mr. Tom.
yeah, it gets real emotional. So I feel like we're safe here though. It's like we don't have to shed tears. You know, I mean, if you feel like you need
If we
We
this
can
is a
shed a
safe
tear.
space
Yeah.
to shed
I'm
tears.
gonna cry. You can't.
I swore I wouldn't.
Well, Evan, why don't you start us off? What are you thankful for?
What am I thankful for?
Yeah,
Man, gosh.
this is your idea.
It just has to be. It could be something.
Oh no, it was Eddie's
recently.
idea.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like
Yeah.
deep thought.
Dude, I'll just start it off with something kind of simple and patriotic, I guess. I'm really thankful for the freedoms that we have here in
Mhm.
our country. I am thankful for this kind of on a daily basis. It comes to mind a lot when I realize how free we are, especially to have such an influence from people from other countries that come in and talk about the limitations and restrictions they have there and how they're trying to get away from so much like poverty and government, you know. It just, I don't know, it's really caused my heart to feel grateful for what I have here
Mhm.
in the U.S. to be free, and you can attach whatever you want to that because we are free on so many levels.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thankful for is our freedom.
It's great.
What do you think?
Yeah.
I'm thankful.
Ronaldo, what are you thankful for?
Oh man. Well, I don't know. I just think life could definitely be a lot worse. And in the moment, day to day, like it's so natural to be negative, like, oh, my life's not like meeting this expectation or that expectation. But if I really think about it, like all the little things in my life, like great friends, a decent job, you know, a house to live in, like
Mhm.
those little things do, like you really don't have it that bad,
Right.
And
Sick.
it's good stuff. It's good stuff,
Yeah.
you know,
I'm right there with you, man. I totally agree. How about you?
because I'm usually pretty negative, but
Whoa.
I'm a negative Nancy
Are you pessimistic?
Are you really?
in my head more so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mm.
that's
But-
that's
That's surprising.
You do come across as more of a positive person.
I try.
Honestly.
Yeah, you definitely
Yeah.
come off
It's
as
all
like
in
a
that.
really negative person, dude.
Oh,
Positive.
Pop.
Uh,
No, I'm
whoops.
pretty negative. Pretty negative.
No, you're not.
Phil, you don't know what I'm thinking.
I actually brought this up because I've been trying to at least once a week think on this
Mm-hmm.
because it's helpful for me.
It's good practice.
Yeah, it's because sometimes I get in the woes of just like day to day, where it's like, like things aren't working out, blah 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 blah, and then you look at what you have, and you're like, wow, never mind, I'm good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's a nice like mindset to have at the end of the week where you're just like maybe feel negative about certain things, and then you're like, oh well, you know, I'm pretty solid on this.
Yeah.
You know, thankful for my job where I work, where everyone's awesome. Thankful for friends. Thankful for all my coworkers who are just like the best and just super awesome and unique in their own ways. Thankful for video games.
Mm-hmm.
Video games.
Of course,
Ooh.
yeah.
So thankful for those.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Most of the time. I don't know. Thankful for you guys. Thankful for this
Aw.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Especially with the
awesome.
finale being what it is.
Virtual.
Wait,
Group hug.
This is
We're having
so
a moment.
awkward.
We gotta get.
I love it.
Wait, we have to get a thumbnail. Look at the camera all at the same time. 1, 2, 3.
All right, we're done.
All right, we got it. We got it. We
A
got,
lot of
Done with
cheese.
that.
A
was
lot of
beautiful.
cheese.
got the
lot of
thumbnail.
Yeah. All right.
I was gonna.
For those of you watching, feel free to ask us a question in the chat, and we will try our best to get to it. As you can see, we're very busy. We have a lot of viewers and a lot of questions to get to, but if we can find the time, we'll answer your questions. So
Is there anyone
type
here
it
right
in. There's 4 people watching,
now?
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
What's up?
but nobody's chatting. So chat it
That's
up,
okay.
ask us a question, we'll get to it.
That's okay.
And yeah, right now we're just for the new viewers. We're going around saying what we're thankful for, and it is I'm the last one to go. And Evan, what you said really hit home. You know, it is so easy to live and have the filter over your eyes to view the rest of the world based on what you see written in blogs and in media. And you get out into the world and you live your life and you exercise your hobbies and you hang out with your friends and you meet new people and you go out to get a drink or you go out to eat dinner, you go into work. And I think the small things that make American life so exceptional, we often take for granted and let the lens of maybe like political tensions or any sort of tensions get in the way of realizing that we have a shitload of good things here to be appreciative of. You
Buttload.
know, yeah, buttload of things to be appreciative of that are unique
We'll edit that out.
and tremendously lucky and thankful to have been, you know, raised in America and still be living in America. And you know, for me as an expatriated Southerner, there's so many things up here that I'm thankful for too. You know, just like the natural beauty, really, the
Oh, yeah.
exposure to natural beauty and the ability to put yourself in a wilderness or a natural area. Whenever I do that, it hits me fresh, like it's the first time ever, right? And
That's pretty special, man.
I'm not saying any of you do, but I feel like people from this region can have the propensity to take that for granted.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I 100%.
because where I'm from, you can drive for 500 miles in any direction and not see anything remarkable as far as natural beauty goes. It's all flat. It's got a beauty of its own. You know what I mean? Now, the marshes in southern Louisiana are eerily beautiful. You know, the Pine Belt, the hills of Franklin County, Mississippi, the next county over, beautiful in their own way. But out here, it's just striking. These monstrosities of hills going down the Columbia
Anywhere
River
you
Gorge.
go.
And
Anywhere you go.
anywhere you go.
Yeah.
Anywhere
absolutely.
you go.
You know, okay, you guys like resonate with me on this one because we talk about getting caught up in your day-to-day life and kind of getting down on, you said, expectations not being met, and that's so true. One thing I noticed, like a couple years ago, I went through like a really hard time where I wasn't able to have the necessities. Like I wasn't able to afford food and I was having trouble paying rent and all these things going on. So like when I got a good job, I was so thankful just to be able to go to the grocery store and fill up my cupboards, you know, to put gas in the tank. And I remember I had this period of time of being so thankful for just the simplest things, and it was such a happy time. And you start to become more successful and established in life, and I think it's easy to lose that. And you feel as though like you have enough on the baseline, but then you want more and more. And I think when that comes into play, then you're constantly like always needing something to satisfy yourself instead of just being satisfied with what you have like on the baseline, which is just the people around you, good food, you know, like we're going to experience tomorrow. Like it's exactly what tomorrow's about, is just being reminded that when it comes down to it, we don't need all of the things that we want in life. We don't need all of these expectations. What we really need is just the people around us, a roof over our heads, and food to eat, you know? So I think it's always good to come back to that. And that's what I've been reminded of going into like freedoms and stuff, is just being free to have enough, which is what a lot of people don't have in the world. We are able to easily have enough. And I think that that's just something to appreciate.
Amen. Amen.
Solid.
Anyway,
Where are we at?
I'm drawing a tear.
I know, dude.
Volunteer.
Tender
That was deep.
moments.
It's good.
That was
Easy
real
there,
deep.
Cam.
Well, you know, it's we're only halfway done with the show, but I want to put it out there that if you happen to listen to this, and if you have been a consistent listener of ours or viewer, put a comment on this video about what you'd like to see in the next season. I have some ideas to really revamp the show and turn it into almost a brand new beast, but we want to hear back from you guys. And I'll even open it up too if you have something you think we should stay away from, or a trend you've seen in our videos that maybe is not applicable to a broad audience. Let us know.
Your opinion matters quite a bit. We've gotten We've gotten feedback from friends and like some people watching, and it's been super helpful for all of us. So
Yeah.
anything you guys want to throw in there, we're excited to.
Anything you want.
Totally.
Anything, yeah.
Totally.
And yeah, we're gonna come back in the new year with a brand new show.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be good.
But anyway, let's us move on to a new, completely unthought out, random topic.
Sure.
So, we've talked a little bit about hobbies here and there, but I want to. Oh, my sister Chelsea says special guests like me fly me out there.
Hey.
If you're ever in town, Chelsea, we'll have you on. We'll have
Heck
you
yeah.
on because I don't want to say too much without talking to the guys, but one of the ideas I have for next season actually is a lot more friendly for guest appearances. But we'll have to talk about that off air.
I like that. Yeah,
I have some ideas for that.
Okay,
Yeah.
Just
beautiful.
saying, I've been thinking about
totally.
that.
I've
For a
got
while.
Beautiful.
friends who are like excited to do that. They want to get in on it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
But oh, we have Mr. Gormless.
Oh, here
Mr.
he
Gormless,
strikes
get
again.
back.
He strikes again.
Braden, I
Mr.
have to say,
Gormless.
thanks for coming in halfway through our shows every time. If you like hit the bell reminder or set an alarm on your phone or something to watch the whole episode for once, that'd be super good.
We love
Really
you,
helps our
Braden.
views.
We do.
Really helps our views. And he says maybe next season let's burp into the mic. I think he's talking about Ronnie.
Ronnie,
you
we'll
again?
talk to him about that
Are you
off air.
burping
Am I burping in the mic?
No, it's totally me.
I'm trying to turn.
It's
I'm
totally
trying to
me.
turn.
Braden,
Trying to
it's
turn.
No, but I think I thought about this several times and didn't really know how to bring it up, so I'm going to do it casually now. We all kind of have a very different set of hobbies, and we all have a different main hobby, right? So that's for you, Braden. I just wanted to take a minute to talk about our hobbies and kind of what they mean to us. And kind of in the vein of Thanksgiving too, you know, I'm really thankful that I fell into what I fell into. I am very happy with my extracurricular life. I have too many things I'm interested in. You know, I'm going to pick a few. But, yeah, I just wanted to know about you guys' hobbies and kind of what they mean to you, maybe how you got introduced to them, and what role they play in your life right now. As you know, we all are busy adults, and I know part of the problem with me is I really have a hard time finding time these days, you know. So how do you fit your hobby into your schedule? What is your hobby? What does it mean to you? How did you come across it? Anything you want to say about it?
You know, I was actually talking to Ronnie about this a little bit earlier, but I'm curious to know what it is that you do in your free time the most.
I could answer that.
Ron.
Like
A good
Ronnie
chunk.
to answer.
A good chunk is guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And I want
Yeah.
I want to know how you got started playing guitar.
so my brother had a guitar.
Okay.
And
Older brother?
older brother.
Yeah.
And I would he would let me play from time to time, and he would show me a few songs. But what really I started playing at church is what really like got me to consistently play, because I had to practice
Mm-hmm.
because I had to play at church. But yeah, that was like I started playing probably like in the 6th grade.
Oh, so you've been playing for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
And-
explains a lot though, because you are pretty good.
And
You are quite spectacular at the guitar and
Yeah.
singing.
thanks.
Yeah. All flattery
Your
aside.
voice is phenomenal.
Yeah,
Ronnie.
you're very good.
Well, thanks.
He sings too.
I mean,
Do you really,
I mean
Ronnie?
that. I mean that sincerely.
Yeah.
You have
I've
a
never
great
heard him
voice.
Singing
sing.
is-
Stop
singing's
it.
not my-
Really?
Just like Waylon Jennings.
I wish I knew that reference. But
Ronnie does.
Just
sure
like
you're
him.
good.
For real though, Ronnie, you have a great voice. I think you do.
Well, thanks.
If you got to take an example of a week, how much time do you think you find in your week to play guitar? And what times
that-
of the day do you play?
That fluctuates a lot.
Yeah, sure.
So when I moved to Portland is when I decided to like make it more of a
Oh, really?
like. Well, I'd played for a long time, but up until that point, but I hadn't in the few years before moving here, I kind of not played as much. And when I moved here, I was like, no, I'm gonna really try to like get more technical a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's when I decided to. Chet Atkins was one of the guys I was looking at, like his playing style. And I try to play a little bit like that, but that's super hard.
Is that the founder of the Atkins diet, or is
Yeah.
just misguided information
No.
here?
Wow.
No, it's
Founder
not.
of the Krispy Kreme diet. I mean,
He was
I
a
got
music.
you.
He was a music producer and musician. He's a really talented guitar player.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I just try to work on my technique a little bit, but it fluctuates a lot. Sometimes weeks will go by
Yeah.
without playing, but I try to. My idea is to play at least every day would be idea, but
Sure.
but at least 3 times.
And you have
a
an
week.
electric.
Yeah,
as
I
well as
do.
an acoustic.
Yeah, I
We-
don't play it as much. but-
Josiah here in the chat wants to know what kind of guitar you have.
Ooh.
That's a
Ooh.
good question.
Electric or
I
acoustic?
was curious about
Both?
that too.
Let's hit it.
All right. My acoustic is Epiphone Masterbuilt. I
Mhm.
forget what model it is. I'm also not like a super knowledgeable guitar player about like guitar models. And then I have a 1990 Telecaster, made in America.
That matters.
America.
That does matter.
You just gotta play what you like, man. You gotta play on what you like.
Mm-hmm.
You're not wrong.
It doesn't have to
Not
be like
wrong.
knowledge based.
That
It's
is a
just, like, what
fact.
you
Yeah.
feel comfortable on.
Yeah.
Well, that 1990s Telecaster will be worth some money one day.
Do you ever?
Yeah, I think so. Well, the thing about that guitar, whoever owned it last, he did some of his own like modifications to it. So that's why it was kind of more affordable for like.
Remember how much you paid for it?
I think it was like 900.
Yeah, for American-made Telecaster.
It-
900.
It should have been.
That's a lot. I
Well-
don't know how much guitars usually cost.
Well,
That sounds like a lot
That
to me.
no, that sounds about right. But I was
Well,
just,
that
I was
would've-
expecting.
Fenders have.
Yeah.
If you just got buying a Telecaster, not a Squire Telecaster,
Yeah.
and it was
Oh.
made in America, not Mexico, that's the best line of that particular guitar you could ask
Yeah.
for.
Mm.
If it's not like from the 1960s or something, you know.
Well,
Yeah.
it's yeah. So that guitar was like 1,000. They dropped the price like $500 too. So it was originally like 1,000 some odd. But like it would have been worth way more. But the previous owner had painted the face, but he only painted the front, and he didn't paint the rest of the guitar. And he also did some.
What a jerk.
Couldn't you like take that off easily?
No, it actually I think it looks cool.
Oh, okay.
But so he
wanna
kind of
see it.
did me a favor by it made the guitar a little bit cheaper.
True,
by
yeah.
him
Nice.
tinkering with it.
Because you bought it to play it, not sit on it and sell it one day.
totally. And it doesn't.
Yeah.
It looks good.
So
to me.
I have a question for you. So when you play, right, and you're trying to like get more efficient on the technical side of things, do you ever feel like whenever you play, is it more of a passion, like you feel the emotional connection to what you're doing, or does it ever feel like you're like it's almost like a chore, like you're just doing it to learn?
It's
kind of
both.
a thing? Is it?
It's both. It's there's times where it's a chore, but usually a time of not playing for a while and like a really bad day, or like a lot of like built up emotions. Just like it's freeing to play again. You know, it like you can
Yeah.
express yourself, and so it's both. When I'm really like trying to learn a song, but it's like too complicated, but
Yeah.
I keep going at it. It really does feel like a chore. When you make progress, that feels good, but there are moments too where it's just like something happens where your playing is like really like, oh my gosh, this sounds great, this feels great, I'm expressing myself,
Hmm.
but it's always in flux. It's always going in between.
Yeah.
You know.
I have
Yeah.
a question for you.
But
This is something that I have found. As I spent many years playing guitar, and it's actually one of my biggest regrets in life that I never kept that up.
Mm.
I have 3 guitars within view right now, and I couldn't play you one song. You know, you play my guitars more than I do when you come over on Wednesday nights.
Mm.
But when I was playing guitar and actively learning new stuff, I would stay up late into the night trying to learn something.
Yeah.
And then I could go to sleep. And when I woke up the next day, I could oftentimes play the riff I was trying to learn.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever experience that? You give it a rest, and
Oh
your
my
brain is
gosh.
just processing that overnight. You know, and
This
you're
is-
going
That's a
through
sign-
it.
This is
Yeah.
how they tell you to study. They
Mhm.
say to read or to study right before bed and then
Mm.
immediately fall asleep, and somehow your body and brain retains it. That's actual
Yeah,
scientific fact.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
It's probably a little side note, like probably the equivalent of like listening to like a tape or an audio thing at night, like on like vocabulary or grammar.
Oh,
'Cause your-
memorization.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because your brain is like
Yeah.
processing that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
That's
it's
so
just
cool.
Turning
It's-
the wheels while
It's
you're
like
asleep.
it's like your subconscious kind of thing. Like you're like downloading it to your.
There's a Simpsons episode about it.
Is
But
there?
Cam, you should definitely
I
pick
haven't
up
seen The Simpsons
the
in
guitar
forever.
again
I
because
know.
that's what it is. It's just
I've told you several times
Yeah.
I want to pick some songs with you to learn,
Eddie, will you
and then
crack
we
this for
get together and practice
Thanks,
those
brother.
songs. You know, and
Yeah.
and I'll.
because I could have easily been in the same
Wait, hold on.
place you are now with
I was,
guitar.
trying to do it for
'Cause
the camera, but
I did-
it's
It's okay.
easier like this.
Thanks, dude.
I did
Yeah.
like my playing did
Thank you.
decrease to a point where like I hopped on it again and it was like, oh my gosh, I'm not as good as I used to be,
Yeah.
and like it's really discouraging because you want to give up.
Isn't it like
But-
muscle memory though? Can't you just pick it right back up if you keep at it?
You can. Your fingers gets more sensitive, so it's harder to play. Like if
Oh,
I don't
sure.
play for
Fingers
a
get
few
more
weeks,
sensitive.
Because the
and
calluses on your
Yeah.
fingers get softer.
there's some
or-
of that to that, but it
I-
is more
it's
challenging.
a lot of memory too. You know, not just muscle memory. I've learned 100 songs,
Mm.
close to probably, either on lower or a little higher than that.
Yeah.
Can't play you one of them.
Oh well.
Yeah. But Eddie, tell us about your hobbies.
Oh, I wasn't expecting to jump
Oh.
right to me.
Tell us your hobbies
Ronnie
now.
I mean, Ronnie's is so interesting. My
Very
hobbies
romantic.
are like
Everybody plays guitar.
are kind of all over the place, just because. If I'm being honest, I'm at a point in my life where I'm trying to figure out who I am. That's like
No, that's real.
super real, but like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's the honest truth. So I've done a lot of like soul searching almost. I find myself, the specific one that I wanted to talk about was I find myself drawn to a specific style of Japanese poetry.
Okay.
And I've found myself, I guess, wanting to, or having a desire to learn how to correctly write it. I just haven't sat down and like looked up or like done the
Haikus.
no, not haikus.
I was gonna. That's what came to mind for me too.
I like haikus. I do, but it's a different form of poetry. It's a little after the haiku, if I remember correctly.
Haiku is not Japanese, is it?
It is.
Yes.
It is.
Totally Japanese.
I learned that in middle
First of
school.
all, racist. Second,
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
Pulled the race card.
Wow.
Cameron's a racist.
I was just kidding. I'm just
We have somebody with Japanese lineage in the room. Okay, that makes me not racist.
I don't think that's
Or
how it
Makes
works.
him
That's
sensitive,
not
or
how it
he's
works.
more sensitive
Oh,
to
Regardless,
race.
regardless, Tonka is a little bit longer. I think by 2 lines, if I remember right. I don't remember the exact form, because haikus are 575. I think Tonka's like something strange. It's like 5775 something.
Okay, so yeah, they go by the numbers. Was there a first piece that inspired you? That was inspirational.
I
An
took-
author, right?
I took a class on Japanese literature, and I did poorly in it. But
Is this college course or?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, just because I kind of jumped into it, and everyone in the class was already like, they all knew each other because they were all doing Japanese specific like majors, and like I felt very like. I felt very not a part of the group because there was just so many people that were just like knew each other.
Yeah, it's hard.
So I felt very disconnected. That's what I was trying to say. Regardless, I found myself really enjoying certain parts of that class, and so I kept the books from the class, and I've read like Japanese short stories. So I like very like minimal short forms of literature, specifically Japanese, because partly just because it's Tonka specifically, it's like very real and not like happy-go-lucky. A lot of it's depressing, a lot of it's very real, a lot of it's very just like cut short. It's not like a happy ending on every single thing, and it has a lot of deep meaning. and so I haven't got around to it yet, but I'm wanting to start writing
Oh,
Tonka poetry. I
in
wanna
Japanese
do
or
it
in English?
right. English at first, and I want to start writing Japanese.
Yeah, 'cause another thing you told us is that you went through a period of time where you were studying Japanese seriously, and then you fell off. But that's something you want to get back into is learning Japanese again.
Yeah,
My brother shares the same.
it's
interest,
kind of the
yeah.
direction I want to go with my life in general too. That's like
Oh,
a
wow.
whole nother, excuse me, long thought out
Wow,
thing.
tell us the whole story in 9 minutes.
No. So basically, I want to write poetry. Is that how much time we have left?
Yeah.
Oh crap. Okay. So to like tie it up, I want to write poetry, and I also want to start building models again. I build. Who don't know? It's super freaking nerdy, but I don't give a heckin' crap. I don't know what I'm trying to say right now.
Heckin' crap.
But I was building mobile suits for a while, like models. And so they're just like sheets of plastic, and you just clip them out,
Yeah.
shave them
I've done
down,
that,
and like
yeah.
build them up.
Mobile suits.
Gundams.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, mostly Gundams. And I have some really, really nice models. Like one that's like it's like 100. Yeah, I think it's $100 model that I haven't even like touched yet. It's just sitting in my room.
Well, you
Wow.
gotta do it.
But it takes like hours, sometimes days, to build some of them.
Yeah.
But it's really fun once I set aside the time. I just haven't gotten to it yet. But
I want to add something to this.
Yeah.
I know we're running short on time. If we can go back to Ronnie real quick, and
Yeah.
then back to you, and then to Evan, then to me.
yeah,
You
that's
guys-
perfect.
What's a hobby that you want to have but don't currently have? What's something you want to get into?
I don't have this fresh on my mind because I haven't. thought
Eddie,
about it.
something you said reminded me of mine. That's why
I
brought
know I
this up.
have one. I can't tell you right now just because my mind doesn't work that
That's
way.
okay.
But
Well, Eddie,
I know I have one.
what's something that you want to get into but you're not into currently?
Poetry is one. The other one is music of some sort. I have an instrument that I bought that I'm currently not telling most people about, just because I'm kind of keeping it a secret until I get things figured out and get it laid in stone. Because I have a special project that I want to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
I've only told a couple people, so don't feel left out. It's
You
just
told us.
Did I?
Yeah.
He won't say what it is. Oh, woodworking.
If you want to know what
That's
it
the
is, send me
one.
a super
Is it?
chat of
Okay.
$100 and I'll tell you.
I get 50 of that.
You get 75.
But yeah, I wanna start producing some sort of music too.
Well, okay, Evan,
Well, that'd be fun.
what's your hobby? Tell us about it, and then what's something you want to get into but aren't into?
Well, just I guess I'm a little bit artistic. I like to draw. I loved in high school oil pastels and stuff like that. But I really like to do what do you call that? You take like a photograph and then you basically try to draw the photograph, make it like photorealistic. I really enjoy doing that. Just black and white, no color. So I've
Dude, this guy can draw.
yeah,
It's
I think I've seen some of your
I
stuff.
think a form of that is called like roto something. It's roto something.
yeah.
I remember.
Roto-rooter?
There's
remember
I
exactly.
can't remember the guy's name, but he's actually in prison and he does these photorealistic. Dude, he will send a letter and he'll do a photorealistic drawing and it will look like a photograph. It does not look at all. I mean, he's got a whole page on I think it's Instagram where of all these art pieces, but it's so inspiring. So that's something I would like to get into more. But something that I currently just picked up again was kind of along the same lines as you, but it's like models. So like I paint models. So like, you know, like Warhammer and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
So yeah, just like I used to like to do that as a kid. Growing up, it was just fun to kind of put them together and then to paint them. But now wanting to get into 3D animation and stuff, I feel like it's really helpful to take a 3D object and learn how to paint it really realistically. So that's something I've been enjoying. I just got like all my tools and art stuff and creating like dioramas, like making like kind of, I guess they're not going to look real, you know what I mean, but like scenes, like take like something from like Greek mythology and take styrofoam and toothpicks and like whatever materials you can and paint them and put them together and make like an actual scene. Anyways, that's what I like to
How
do.
often do you draw though? How often?
Oh gosh, man, I don't.
Oh, you
I
don't?
really
You haven't in a
don't. I
while?
really don't. It's always been kind of like something I knew I could potentially, like I have a talent with it, but it takes so much practice and so much work and effort to do that. So I guess I've been waiting for the passion to just come to me to explore that and see how far I could take it. But life's busy, and I'd like to say like I'm too busy, but I'm really not. Like I could take the time to explore that more. So maybe I will in the future, but it's something I don't do very often now. But I'd like to do that a lot more.
Well, what's something new that you would like to get into but don't do right now?
Piano. I would love to learn the piano.
Do you still have your
I'm
keyboard?
with that on that.
I do, yeah. But it's at my family's house. Oh, and singing. I'd like to take singing lessons as well.
Yeah, cool.
Cam, what about you, my man?
The last little bit of time.
Dude, I genuinely have too many hobbies.
Yeah.
It's like to the point where I should set something down, you know, because I have so many that the frequency I get to do any of them is not very much. I've been playing video games more than I ever have, right? So that's taken up a lot of my time lately. But ordinarily, I would say like, outdoorsmanship, fishing, hunting, camping, primitive skills, and then I play disc golf, and then I have a separate YouTube channel than this one, and then I do the podcast production, and it's just, I don't know, there's a lot of hobbies, so I'll, especially since we're low on time, I'll not do a deep dive on all of them or into one, but something that Eddie's comment about building Gundam figures brought up in my mind is that, like, I don't have anything. I mean, disc golf and fishing are a little bit zen, but you have to go. I want to find something a little bit zen here at the house.
Disc golf, you're actually really good at that. I've seen you get a hole-in-one before.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ooh,
that's a lot of fun. It's craziest thing I've actually ever seen in person. It was insane how far you threw that.
Oh, you saw that good one, yeah.
Doggone disc. That was nuts. That's like burned into my memory.
Football field plus 30 feet away, if anybody cares.
And he launched a disc, and it made it into a basket about, half the size of this table? Mm-hmm. It's insane.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
So what kind of zen things are you looking at?
It.
I want to build at least one, and if that one goes well and I enjoy it, I want to make it into a hobby. Ships in a bottle.
Ships in a bottle?
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Old school.
extremely... How do they even do that? Put it into the bottle, right?
Super long pliers. I mean, not pliers, tweezers. Super long tweezers. And you put every little piece in place with adhesive and stuff.
So you reach into the bottle and do it?
Yes, sir.
That's crazy.
Yes,
I have
sir.
so much more respect now for that.
Through the bottleneck, you assemble the ship.
No way. No way.
I think that'd be cool.
Set a little area up in the second bedroom over there, the office room, and have like an overhead light and put in a podcast.
Yeah.
Glass of wine or a glass of whiskey.
Yeah.
And work on my boat for an hour. If it takes 6 months to get it done, who cares?
Yeah.
That's all part of the fun of it.
Yeah.
It is. It's extremely
You don't have to
cathartic,
rush
man.
it.
It's
It's
so
just-
cathartic, yeah.
Because something that and I don't do myself any favors in this area, right? But something that I need and often seek out is to turn my brain off. When I'm at work, everybody's calling my name. I'm getting emails, phone calls from 8 different stores, people that I work with, and it's just like my brain is very engaged at work, and so when I come home, oftentimes, and video games do that to a sense, but you still have to use your brain to play competitive esports, But yeah, the ship in the bottle idea is something I think I could get into. I want to do at least one. If I do just one, I'll put it on the bookshelf.
That's how I started building Gundam models. Honestly,
So-
it just started with one.
I had a
try it
question.
out.
Is Gundam model, is that like a type of like an Asian like robot? Is that what I'm thinking?
It's an anime manga series.
It's way bigger than that now. Though.
They literally have a giant, like, life-size mobile suit in Japan. They tore down the one that they had and rebuilt another one with full LEDs. Like, it lights up. It's ridiculous.
Is it
a
like
big deal.
Transformers, but for...
I
I have an image in my head, but I can't seem to
I can show you a show
Yeah.
that would explain it,
Or just your
like,
model. I want to see one of your models actually.
Yeah,
That'd be
I
really
can show
cool.
you some pictures and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, man.
These are Gundams.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
There's a short series that we could watch that's really, really easy and palpable. I mean, the surrounding background information is a little bit intense. I still don't completely understand it, but it's like a 4-part series that's really, really good. Animated really well. They took like 1 month to make one episode, each episode, or something longer actually, like 3 months for each episode. Just one episode for like 20 minutes. So it's animated really well and just excellent.
Cool.
So
That's really cool, man. Yeah, dude, I'm so glad to hear this. This is awesome information.
Well, guys, we're over on our time.
that's it.
Alrighty.
It's been fun. Folks, it has been a really fun 10 episodes. We appreciate so much those of you who tuned in weekly and chatted with us in the chat, and those who came by afterwards who are going to hear this after the fact. Every single person that comes and listens to this and gives us your ear for an hour or however long you listen, it means a lot to us.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't come into this expecting anything. Basically, the ground rules for this, or the minimum requirements, is for us to come here and hang out for an hour, just as a time to get to know each other better and have a few laughs. And everybody that came in during this first season that chose to participate with us in that, we just really appreciate it, and it means a lot to us.
Thank you.
I mentioned it before in the show, but we are coming back at the beginning of the new year with a totally revamped show. I'm going to take a lot of the things that we learned from this season and incorporate those changes, and we're going to have a bit of a new format, and it's going to be really fun. Going to have a lot of opportunities to have new people in, and we want the chat to be way more interactive than it even was this season. And I really thank those of you who were interactive in the chat. That's been really fun. I didn't, to be honest with you, this season has blown my expectations out of the water, and I didn't expect us to have basically any viewers. You know, I thought this was just going to be getting our feet wet and producing audio for a podcast, but people actually found the show, and we have people that come into the chat almost every week and talk to us and stuff, and it's been really cool. So, you know, we'll be back, and your viewership and participation means the world to us. You can find us on social media at The Infinite Variety Show. And if you want to follow us on Instagram or any social media platforms, I'll put our information in the description down below. And with that, guys, we are saying goodbye until next year. We hope you have a great holiday season. Thanksgiving's tomorrow, and Christmas around the corner, and New Year's, and we will see you the first week of January.
It's a heart.
It's a heart with an arrow. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Love ya.